Welcome back to Post Time. It's spring, so we are getting into the swing of the Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund action. Let's check out the winners from the first set of Rich Finals. Each of these events for Delaware sired foals competes for a whopping $100,000. First, in the 3-year-old trotting colts division, it was Political Foe, posting a 156-4 victory.
As they come toward the top of the stretch, it's Political Foe, Egos and Attitudes. On the far outside, go by and between horses, Political Cash. At the top of the stretch, it's Political Foe. With the lead on the far outside, go by moves after second down the inside. Perfect Van Gogh coming quick. Political Foe, Perfect Van Gogh, go by him. 156-4.
Owned by Stephanie and Brian Cassell, Political Foe crossed the wire 2 lengths ahead of the field. Trainer Eddie Dennis was in the sulky for this race favorite, who was also last year's 2-year-old champ in his division. The son of Political Briefing was bred by Winback Farm and has won 3 out of 4 races so far this season.
He won both of his preliminaries, and today you made a big move going down the backside to the 3/4 and sailed away with the victory.
Yeah, he got a good trip out of it, and I didn't know if I'd get that good of a trip, but I did. I got to follow a live horse to the backside, and he's got a good brush to him when you move him, and I thought it was time to go, and it was. It worked out good.
What about, breaking this horse and bringing him to this point? Of course, you're a real Delawarean from way back. Your family and your brother and everyone else associated in harness racing. This has to be a big thrill for you.
Well, I never got to breaking. I got him when he was ready to go in the stakes last year as a 2-year-old. The guy that up in Canada, Robbie Robertson, he got him ready. I bought him as a weanling at Chick Sale and set him up there, and they turned him out and raised him up and trained him down and sent him back, and the rest is history.
Well, the castle's up in Ontario probably pretty proud too.
Yeah, just as happy as me.
Well, you've had a sensational year. For a number of years, I remember way back at the end of the Brandywine era, you were just coming on and looked like one of the better young drivers. And for a while, it looks like you didn't drive too much. You just made yourself a trainer.
Yeah, kids come along then. So I took a big part in her growing up, and that's what happened.
What's your stable look like now? How many?
I got 12 right now, and that's a good number. 10 to 12, it's just a good number for us to take care of.
Got a good trotter there too, Political Foe, and that's the winner, $100,000 final. Eddie Dennis, Political Foe.
On to the big sophomore trotting filly event, which saw Callmemza crossing the wire first in 158-1.
They're at the top of the stretch with My Fire Cloud 2 on the outside getting the lead. Here comes Callmemza. Callmemza on the outside, up after the lead, coming to the wire. Callmemza to beat My Fire Cloud 2. Third is Silence is Bliss in 58-1.
Bred and owned by Bib Roberts, Graham Grace, and M&W Stables, Callmemza got a perfect trip to get to Victory Lane. Jonathan Roberts was the pilot for this talented sophomore high stepper who was trained by his dad, Bib Roberts. It was a lifetime best for the daughter of great George II.
Tell me about this race. I thought it was one of the most interesting races to handicap because you had speed on the inside, speed on the outside, and you were right in the middle.
Yeah, I really thought there were probably 4 or 5 different horses in this race that all had a very good chance to win, and it's just a matter of it worked out for who, and today it worked out for me.
What was your technique?
I just react to whatever else was going on. There was no plan going in. We just had to see what happened behind the gate during the race.
Very good. You're the trainer. You deserve an awful lot of credit. You've been around for a number of years with horses. It's awful nice to have a homebred.
Yeah, she's just done everything we expected over this year and more. She's just been a nice filly to train. So.
Also trained the sire.
Yeah, the sire. That made and I trained the dam also. So it's very fulfilling to do that. So we're happy.
You've had the same ownership, the Gray stable, the M&W stable. you've got to be awful happy too.
It's been a lot of fun over the past, 10 plus years. Seeing, the father do as well as he did and have so many stakes raised involved, with George and now his offspring. It's been kind of special.
Well, this is a special day. Congratulations to all the connections.
Up next are those 3-year-old pacing colts, and it was Sonofa Sizzle who burnt up the Dover Oval in 150-2.
At the top of the stretch, turning home, Smoking Joey with the lead. Smoking Joey, Sonofa Sizzle now coming on the outside. Sonofa Sizzle beats Smoking Joey way back. Bye-bye land in third in 150-2.
Owned by Mike White, Sonofa Sizzle's impressive win with driver Vic Kirby was the fastest time ever recorded in a DSBF competition. The Son of Life Sizzles, bred by Charles and Diane Corsi and trained by Josh Green, has made over $150,000 in his short 2-season career.
Down here in the winner's circle, a lot of jubilation. Of course, this Sizzle was really a sizzler, that's for sure. What were you thinking, Vic Kirby? You're going against the horse that you've raced before in early preliminaries there, and he was really going on.
Yeah, I think he was going to let me go if I moved, but the horse that was in the 2-0 that Artie Stafford had was having a little trouble keeping him in there. So when Corey went back on, I just said, well, I'll just wait because this colt loves to see a horse in front of him and just chases him down. He showed that tonight.
Well, Sonofa Sizzle has certainly been everything you could ask for. There was a nice story about him in the ustrotting.com. And, of course, the owners relished the sire. As a racehorse, he looks like he's something good.
Yeah, I think he is. Dave Miller had told me back in the fall that when he was driving him, he said, this horse is going to be something more than a quote-unquote Delaware stake horse, and I firmly agree with him, and I just thank the owners and Josh for letting me drive him.
You were right in the middle of the field, start from post 5. What were your intentions?
I wanted to leave and either get away on the lead or get away close, and then just let him do the rest, which he did.
Certainly came home as a big winner.
Finally, in the $100,000 final for 3-year-old pacing fillies, it was Totally Rusty with a 151-3 win over a sloppy track.
They come to the top of the stretch, turning for home, and Totally Rusty off by 6 or 7 widening lengths. Totally Rusty in second is Spin Vision. Love Forbidden on the outside is racing up and trying to get into second. They come toward the wire. It's Totally Rusty to win. Totally Rusty. Then it was Love Forbidden. Holding third was Spin Vision over Gigi Dale, 151-3.
Bred and owned by Al Carter, Totally Rusty crossed the wire first with Dover's leading reinsman, Corey Callahan, in the bike. The daughter of Rusty's For Real is trained by Doug Lewis and has now won 11 out of 12 lifetime starts and earnings of almost $200,000.
Well, back in the winner's circle, and Totally Rusty is totally something special. That mile, I'm sure on a very fast track would have been a 150 or better.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really think we've seen the bottom of this filly yet. That was a big half, and she still won going away from it.
How about the track itself? Usually this is a super fast track. It was a little off today.
Yeah, it's really sloppy today. So for her to go 51, that was definitely a big mile.
Were you impressed with her the first time you were behind her, or every time do you get more excited?
Really from the first time I ever sat behind her. She's got a great gait. She's got a big, powerful hind end on her, and it just fuels the motor. And she can go a long ways. I know they've got her staked to a couple other things this year. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think she'll be able to hold her own, against some of the better fillies in the country.
One other thing, when you discuss a race of this importance, now you've raced so many over your career, but right now, how do you look at a $100,000 final?
Well, it's still a big race. I was still, a little bit nervous, and Perfect Bags was definitely the one to beat, and I hated to have to leave her out there, but it ended up being the winning move. She was the filly to beat, and my filly put her away and drew away from everybody else.
Well, this has been another great year for you, Corey, and you just won your 4,000th. What are your next goals?
Yeah, I mean, my next goals are just to, win a signature race. With I've got some pretty good 3-year-olds this year, so, we'll just kind of see how things go.
Thank you very much, Corey Callahan. He's the driver of Totally Rusty, the winner of the $100,000 Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund Finals.
Congratulations to all of the Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund Final winners.